We continue this afternoon broadcasting live from the first floor of the Ornella Student Center and the Huffman Student Activities area here on the campus of East Texas Baptist University. Our guest now on ETBU is the head baseball coach of Tiger Baseball, head coach Jared Hood. And Coach, looking over last Thursday and Friday's series with Belhaven, you got to be happy because, well, you won all 3 ball games.
Well, we played really well. As far as the game of baseball is concerned, defense, pitching, and hitting, we really won every aspect of the game, all 3 games. So usually when you take care of business like that, you're going to come out on the winning end.
One game 1, 7-2. Game 2, 4-3. Game 3 of the series, 9-1. It was kind of the Easter weekend. I noticed that when I was out there on Friday for that first game on Friday, a lot of people were here, and just a great atmosphere to be at the ballpark. And that's what happens when you come to Woods Field.
Yeah, it was. We had a lot of people there. A lot of families made the trip. I think Belhaven, they traveled pretty well too. But I also saw a lot of local people, Marshallites come out to support us. So that was good to see. And, so I'm glad we could put on a good show for them.
I was down the right field line, and I waved at you, but you didn't see me. You was too busy, Coach. That's all right. I won't hold it against you. In that series against Belhaven, what did you like? What was kind of like a positive to you and the coaching staff of what happened on the field during the series?
The biggest thing for me is that we found ways to win ball games without relying on the home run ball. We've been fortunate enough to be able to run the ball out of the yard quite a few times this year, and this was the first series really where we had to pick up other aspects in order to win, and we really won on the bases. We looked for ways to get the extra base. Our situational hitting was key. We had good pitching, and our defense was outstanding. So to be able to win in those aspects of the game, in order to find ways to win games in other ways than just the home run ball, was it was good to see, because we're coming down to the home stretch. We're going to need that.
With the 3-game sweep of the series against Belhaven last Thursday and Friday, Tiger Baseball now 16-8 on the year. And I also noticed this week, Coach, and I don't know how much you put on these national polls, but your team popped in the top 25 on one poll. That's got to be a credit to your program.
Well, I mean, the only poll that matters is the one at the end of the year, in my opinion. But for these kids to get that type of national recognition, and for them to understand that people do see what's going on here, that's big time. And I'm happy for these kids and the work that they've put in. But like I said, we've got a long way to go in order to make the tournament number 1, and then compete once we get to the tournament. That's all that matters. Don't nobody care about a national poll in May. It's all about, are you still playing ball, or are you sitting at the house? So I'm glad we're getting the recognition, but we've got to stay humble and stay hungry and go back to work.
Visiting with Jared Hood, head baseball coach here at East Texas Baptist University. Coach, let's talk about the games ahead for your Tigers. You have sitting there on your schedule over in Shreveport, 6 p.m. first pitch on Friday night, 1 p.m. and 3 p.m. is the schedule on Saturday. Talk about the Gents and what you face as you go there this weekend.
Every year with Centenary, it's a dogfight. It seems like since I've been here for the past 4 years, they take the series one year and we'll take the series the next year. Speaking of national polls, I think they're 12th right now. So I mean, they're gonna play some good baseball. They're playing really well. They're gonna be able to pitch it. They've got some hitters in the middle of the order that are pretty good. But I mean, it's baseball. You never know what's going to happen. We'll come out and we'll play as hard as we can, and we'll see what happens at the end of the game. But it's going to be a good test for us and a good regional game. So for us to come out and compete, that's what we need to do.
So Tigers play at Centenary this weekend. The next home series is not until April 8th and 9th against Laterno. Final question, Coach Hood. As you have progressed here into the season, and as your coaches meet and talk about your progression, are you where you want to be? Or obviously you don't want to peak yet, but are you happy with things, how they're meshing and putting the players in certain places to win ball games?
This was the first weekend. This past weekend was the first time that we kind of sat back and we're like, okay, now it's starting to come together a little bit. Every week up to this point, we've done a couple aspects of the game really well, and have kind of lacked on the third aspect, or we've had 2 really good pitching performances and then not a not so good pitching performance, or 1, 3, and 7 hitters are hitting the ball and the rest of the team's not. So this was the first weekend really where everything started coming together, and we started clicking on all cylinders. We played some good baseball because we had to. That was a good team. Their pitching staff was one of the best that we faced this year. So for us to be able to come out and play like that was really good to see.
Well, Coach, thank you for your time, and best to your Tigers against Centenary this weekend.
Thank you. I've got to give a shout out to Tyler Bates and being a heavy 170.
A heavy 170. All right, Coach. Well, that kind of threw me for a loop there. You kind of gave me the wrong signal. Kind of, where am I go to next? I know what we'll do next. When we come back, we'll continue to talk Tiger Athletics, Coach Hood, and we'll talk Tiger tennis next with the head coach of the Tigers, Jeff Bramlett. Followed by that, we've got Jimmy Russo of the Tiger baseball team and Lindsey Vasquez of Tiger softball to visit as well today on ETBU Extra. Don't go away. More to come from the campus of East Texas Baptist University.